Podcast with Halsey Allen, the Narrative Podcast, just changing the narrative one episode at a time.
Hello. Welcome. You are now listening to the Narrative Podcast. I'm your host, Halsey Allen, coming to you on this great weekend. I hope you had a nice, productive weekday. And welcome all my narrators. And welcome all new people to the podcast. So the name of the podcast is called the Narrative Podcast. It's called the Narrative Podcast for a reason. Essentially, what I do here is attempt to change the narrative one episode at a time. And it's called the Narrative Podcast for a reason because the media and music just constantly keep portraying negative black stereotypes, or not portraying, but the word I was searching for is propagating or reinforcing negative black stereotypes. So I want to be the platform to, showcase and highlight, everything we bring to the table, and basically represent us in a positive light. Because what's going on now is nothing short of psychological warfare. They use these images and audio clips to basically mess with our minds. And if you know about how the subconscious works, everything starts placed in the mind. Everything, all reality starts in the mind. So, can you do things to alter your perception? Can you do things to, adjust your lens? Yes, most certainly. But the overall effect is, we need to have positive content online. We need to make sure we're absorbing positive content that we listen to. We need to be speaking positive content. And definitely will live in a positive way. So I hope that kind of clears it up. I didn't mean to get that long-winded. I've been working on my intros, but looks like I still got a little ways to go. I've only started this podcast over the summer, so yeah, still kind of green, still evolving, still changing. When I first started this, I didn't even have a format. Now I got a format. Perfect segue. So speaking of the format, I'm going to just break down my format. First, I promote or give the black-owned businesses the opportunity to petition my services for free promotion. Don't charge any money. You want to use my platform, need your product, business or service promoted. I promoted you for absolutely free. Next, I promote this ongoing contest that I've started. I titled the Chew on This. And after the Chew on This contest, I'll promote some black-owned businesses. And my logic behind promoting the black-owned businesses is simply that I wanted to provide positive frames of reference about black people and black culture, and just instill within us, it's not hopeless. We are captains of industry. We are great critical thinkers. We can solve our own problems. We like giving back to the community. We like helping ourselves and helping our brothers and sisters. And so the types of businesses that I promote on my platform is like black-owned businesses that actually give back to the community. So by giving back, I mean like hiring their own, do some type of community outreach, some type of philanthropy in the community that they are in. And it's usually a black community. So yeah, those are the types of businesses I promote on this platform. Then next, And then also the business owners, they don't, necessarily have an educational background. Some of them just like figured it out, so I also want to play that angle up, that you don't have to start with all the answers, because some of them just figured it out as they went, and still are figuring it out. And through all that figuring it out, they still managed to dominate whatever industry that they're in. So yeah. After I promote the black-owned businesses, I go on to my health and wellness tip, or spotlight a prominent figure. And the prominent figure I spotlight is usually someone in the entertainment industry. It's usually a actor, actress, director, producer, performer, recording artist, or an athlete, or a public figure, somebody well known. And not that I have to promote, celebrities, but that's the first thing that comes to mind, because they got the camera on them, and so the types of people I promote just are good at representing us well. Not that I think they're perfect or infallible, but because they either do something to champion the cause, use their platform to speak out about our woes, social injustices, do whatever they can on their end to help promote black-owned businesses, or provide opportunities, or shed light and spread awareness on things that need light shed on or spread awareness to. Then after I'm done promoting the prominent figure, and by the way, sidebar, nobody was talking about spotlight nobody till I started doing it, and we can argue about it. So I think I started that way. Not that I'm seeking credit or validation, but let's just talk facts. So that lets me know when I hear people say narrative, and use nuances that I say on my platform, that they're listening. So just full on endorse it, brother, if you're gonna just launch all them subliminals. Then that way I can do my part. We're all doing it for the same reason. Next, after I'm done spotlighting the prominent figure, I go on to a health and wellness tip. And the reason why I do the health and wellness tip is to promote healthy, active lifestyle, and make healthy, active lifestyle choices, especially in the times that we're living in. We definitely do not want our immune systems compromised in any way. Especially with that, invisible thing that shut the world down, and now all of a sudden we're over it, but still don't want that immune system compromised, so you don't want to pick up any other airborne pathogens or the words. Next is, my final thoughts, or a speaking point. If I have a speaking point, just stuff to talk about, something's on my mind, or current issues that concern our people, or how our people are viewed in that situation. So sidebar, if I say a celebrity's name or a famous person's name, it's never from the standpoint of being overly critical, or trying to, denigrate them or kick dirt, because gossip and all that's not what I do on this platform. It's just, an eye opener to things we need to work on. And by we, I mean myself as well as a people, because I am black. So I'm talking to my people. So that's what I mean by we. But I might just be using them as a vessel to, just loop it around to the overall point, which is changing the narrative and thinking of constructive ways to change the narrative. Lastly, I'll close out with final thoughts, and it might be, Jen, Pearl Wisdom, or just something to think about, something to put on your mind and close out. And I try to do it all under an hour. Sometimes I go a little over. When I first started doing them, my joints are like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So that's not a podcast, that's rant. And I don't want to rant. I want my content to resonate, and I want to, just really spark that conversation about changing the narrative. Because we all can do it. We can all that's what I mean when I say narrators, when I coin that phrase, narrators. So I'm not saying like you're my moderators, like if I got like a YouTube channel, that's not what I mean. So we're all narrators. We create narratives. Because at the end of the day, we can't blame the media for every teeny tiny thing that happens in our community, because the liberal media is a business. It's a supply and a demand business. So those negative black stereotypes cannot exist if we do not feed into them. And so, like, if we don't share all those memes and, act like we're entertained by the type of foolishness we see on television, that we hear in the music, things we see on Instagram, like entertaining the negative black stereotypes, they'll quit putting out the images. Because their overall goal is to make money, but there's some psychology behind it as well. They put them out there to, keep a psychological stronghold over us by influencing people outside of black culture. So, at the end of the day, you can't help change the mind of a racist or a bigot or whatever. Their views is their views. And so that's not my goal to enlighten them or try to appeal to them. I'm just like putting out positive images, positive frames of reference. So, so that's the Narrative Podcast experience in a nutshell. I'm going to dive right on in, just like I said. Now, to all black-owned businesses, black-owned business owners, if you are or know of any black-owned business owners that would like free promotion, please hit me up at Passion Webmail at poeticpassion.host. And I'll gladly promote your business, product, or service for free of no charge. And just in the subject bar, type in the whole word promotion, or just put promo, and in the body of the email, tell me a little bit about your business product or service. Be sure to include things like your physical address, if you have a physical address for that business, your email address for the business, the business's